Hi everyone. We're making turkey and sweet sausage chili tonight, and we're starting right off with just heating up the pan with some olive oil. Generous helping of olive oil and letting it get very hot in the pan. It's going to take a while. Put a high heat on it. And the first thing that we want to add into the pan would be the onion. We'll give it a second and just let it get really hot. If you look at the pan and you see the olive oil all get together and sort of look really hot, then it's time to go. I guess we'll let it go now. There we go. Okay. All right. So we've got our onions. The next thing we want to go with is the mixture of orange and red peppers. Add those right in there. Some good heat going there. And just give them a stir. Good flavors going with the olive oil. The first step. Don't want to turn your fan on. Alright. Glorious color going on in there. Keep going with veg. Next thing we want to do is garlic. We've got about 3 cloves of garlic. Add those right in there. Make sure they get in good with the olive oil and the peppers and the onions. Stir them all in. It's a process. You do stages one at a time. Alright, it's a little bit of high heat, so you don't always have to have it on really high heat. You can turn it down a little bit. Stabilize it a little bit. It's going really well at this point. Now for a little flavor, we're going to build in some chopped jalapeno. It is chili, so it's going to be a little spicy, so we want to get some spices going on in there. Nice. Beautiful color. Nice. And we're just building things right now. The beginning of our chili. Okay. The next thing we want to add is our tomatoes. Obviously a staple in chili. But these are chopped plum tomatoes, seeded, just the rind of the tomatoes. No seeds, no liquid. Just getting in, again, more color, beautiful. Okay, we really need the heat to go up at this point. Because basically, that is all of our veg. Turn the heat up for a little bit. Let it simmer a little bit. At this point, we can add some salt and pepper. And in my house, we have a conveniently labeled salt and pepper shaker. About equal content salt and pepper. So we go ahead and start to season it a little bit. There'll be a lot more seasoning going on later on, so just start it. Nice. And tonight we're making a combination turkey chili and sweet Italian sausage chili. So it's a little bit different than what we've normally made here. My husband and I normally just make turkey chili, but this is a little bit different. But we definitely start out the same way, sauteing veg. And got a little high heat going on here now. We're going to bring it back down just a tiny bit. Our veg are sweating. They look like they're like me, the gym. They're kind of done. Okay? So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to bring in our meat mixture. This is a mixture of ground turkey, lean turkey, and sweet Italian sausage. My hands are clean, and I'm just going to kind of drop the whole mixture into this pot, and I'm going to mix it in a moment when I wash my hands. Mix it in with the veg that we have. Trying to heat up a little bit. I know we're varying our heat here a little bit, but we have to. You can't always keep it on high or low. You have to maintain it and make sure we're watching it. Turn up a little higher. It's a tasty mixture. Turkey is tasty, and the sweet Italian sausage is really nice. So just keep going and trying to get this brown a little bit, and it's going to take a few minutes. Maybe we should not constantly, stir it. Might make for some boring TV or video, but you kind of have to let it sit. And the next thing we'll be doing is mixing in tomato products. Basically, to be honest with you, we cheat a little bit. In my household, I buy a very good quality jar of salsa, usually medium blend, and that's what I use for my in any kind of chili I use. So in addition to the meat mixture, we've got tomato products. And at this point also I would add in, my preference is add in an Italian seasoning. Really adds to the overall taste of everything. It's just, it's oregano, it's basil, it's everything. It's really good stuff. So add that in generous quantities if that's your taste. At this point, my meat is really starting to brown a little bit, and I don't need it to brown all the way through. I just need it to really start to take to the pan and start to look a little bit brown. At this point, I'm okay to start adding my tomato products. Okay? All right, so I've got 1 jar of medium salsa, good quality. Okay? Add that in there. All right. All right, and that's not enough. That's not the end of our tomato products by any means, folks. Okay, that's just enough to get it going, to add to the other vegetables that are in there. Then we're going to add 1 large can of crushed tomatoes. And I like to add another additional smaller can of diced tomatoes. Sometimes they come seasoned, sometimes they don't, but this is just like a little bit more of a hard chop. It's not so pureed, it's not so fine, and it makes for a nice chili, nice texture in the chili. And we're starting to get into the actual feeling of it looking like chili. Now, the one thing that we actually totally forgot that I need to get right now, and I need my cameraman just for 1 second